Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to be upgrading this 12 volt 4 amp kit from a 1360 plus strand power cable to a 19 strand power cable. Both of these cables are 2-aught. You may be asking, why am I upgrading from this to this? Well, that's primarily because of this. This is a fuse block, one side of the fuse block down here. And when I tried to use this block on this cable, it was very difficult to get all of the strands into this block. In fact, I could never actually get them all into the block. And then furthermore, when I did get as much as I could into the block and clamp down onto this block, I just never got a warm fuzzy feeling, as I call it, with the bite of the cable using this strand, this type of cable here. Too many strands. It just never really bit down. This block never really bit down onto the cable at a level where I was comfortable with. So I am upgrading to this block, or this type of cable instead. This is going to be a lot. This will definitely allow more of a bite on this block. Of course, going with this type of cable requires me to pick up lugs. So I picked up some 5/16 lugs. I also picked up some 3/8 lugs because I'm going to be using raw cable. And of course, with the lugs, it requires you to crimp. So I picked up a hydraulic crimping tool. So that is what this video is all about. And smash this thumb, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and share the content for others who may be interested in setting up a home DIY kit for emergency power generation. Here we go. Alright, so to preface anything on this video, I want to disclose to everyone out here watching that I am not a licensed electrician or electrical engineer. Get that out of the way first and foremost. I'm just a hobbyist that likes to work with stuff. So, got my stuff laid out here. Got the lugs, got the 2-aught 19 strand cable, got my crimpers, or not crimpers, my cutters, and my lug crimper. Originally, I wasn't going to do custom cables. I was hoping to do this with just pre-made cables, because at the time I thought to myself, well, I'm not going to have to make cables myself very often, so it was more cost effective for me at the time to just buy them pre-made. Well, the problem is with a pre-made cable in particular, I don't really know of anyone that makes pre-made 19 strand 2-aught gauge cable. If there is, put it into the comments below so others will have that information in the future. Thank you very much. Certificate, blah 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 blah. So it can handle 12 gauge, 10 gauge, 8 gauge, 6, 4, 2 gauge, 1-aught and 2-aught cables. 9 gauge there. 1/8 inch gauge. I was expecting an AWG. There's 10 gauge again, as I said. 16 gauge. Oh, wait a minute. I'm reading the wrong number. 6 gauge. I don't know. I was looking at the number here. 6 gauge. 4 gauge. 2 gauge. That's not 2-aught. That's 2 gauge. 1/0, 1/0 over there, and then over here I see one more set right here. There's the 2/0. So that's what the dies that I'll be using here is the 2/0 cables. So there's another die in the bag. Let's see what this die is once I get the bag off. Yeah, this is the 12 gauge. 12 gauge die. Definitely won't be using that. We'll definitely be using the 2/0 gauge. I'll put the 12s over here for now. So that's all there is to the kit. Like I said, I'll be using the 2/0. Here's the crimping tool. Work release. So you spin this clockwise to allow the jaws to come down with the dies inside, and then you put your lug and your cable in there. And then once you have it crimped down to where it needs to be crimped down to, then you turn this dial counterclockwise to release the pressure. Of course, you got the handle to run the hydraulics. So there is the crimping tool. Next up are the lugs themselves. Again, pure copper lugs with the heat shrink. I'm gonna have to grab my heat gun here in a bit. These are the 2/0 5/16 or M8s. This kit here, or this set, comes with 10. I dropped a lug. I'll find it here in a second. But anyway, here are the 3/8 lugs, or M10 lugs, and heat shrink as well. I'll be using both sizes because of the pre-charge kit, which I'll show you here in a little bit. There's the lugs, there's the gun or the crimping tool, and of course the 19 strand 2/0 cable. Pretty stiff. It's got a little bit of flex to it, so but it will be interesting to see how this is going to work out on the my energy kit on the cart. But everything that's going onto the cart is pretty much permanent. So once I have this cable shaped and routed appropriately onto the cart, I won't have to ever reshape it again. So yeah, I'm going to have to deal with a little bit of inflexibility with this cable, but I'll make do with it. So that's it. And then of course the cutter, because gotta size it up. I need one size about this size right here. This is again, this is the 1364 strand, and I can actually twist this inside this block, so it's not very, that bite's not very strong. But this is a short run that's going from my block where all 4 batteries come in, and then this guy goes over here to the fuse block itself. And that's where this block goes. The fuse goes between these 2 blocks, and then here's the exit. The fuse sits right in there. And then I'll have another longer run that goes out this way towards the pre-charged circuit kit that I built. If you're interested in pre-charged circuits for a lower end inverter, so you don't toast your inverter, check out the video I will have listed up in the corner here if you're interested in learning how to build a pre-charged kit. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, just has to be the right length and functional. And as I showed earlier, the blocks go right onto these 2/0 cables just fine. So there you go. So there's that. We want it to go with it. We want it to be The echelon, I want the 3/8. 3/8, which pure copper, it's actually more narrow than the pre-made cable I got from Harbor Freight. That's where this original cable came from. Much wider lug. So basically I need to go from there to there. And with my trusty tape or ruler, to go from there to there is about 5 inches. Yep, 5 inches. From there to there. Yeah, 5 inches will work. Let's see how well this cutter does with 19 strand 2/0 cable.